How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some supernatural security footage no one can quite explain. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more mysterious content, just like this. Uploaded to Risa V4's YouTube channel in September 2012, this footage, taken from several surveillance cameras at a nursing home, shows something very chilling indeed. On one camera feed, we can see an object suddenly appear near the arm of one of the chairs. Oddly, there's no break or glitch in the video feed, which tends to suggest that the video footage has not been edited in any way. According to several viewers, they believe that the object looks like a cane, one that possibly belonged to a deceased resident of the nursing home who might be still lingering there in the afterlife. Just moments after the cane appears near the chair, it suddenly flies out of the room, and its movement is captured by a different camera as it lands on the floor near an elevator.
Boom. And then show it.
Many staff members, residents, and guests seem to pass by without even noticing it. Eventually, someone picks it up and leans it against the wall. Then, shortly after two people are seen getting into the elevator, the cane mysteriously disappears, just as suddenly as it appeared, blinking out of existence without a trace.
Gone.
This is certainly a very strange video and one that can't easily be explained. What could be responsible for the cane's bizarre movements? Could it be the result of something supernatural, or is there something else going on here? Love to hear what you think about this mysterious piece of footage in the comments section below. This bizarre video was uploaded to Scariest's YouTube channel in December 2014. It appears to be an excerpt taken from a security camera captured in an unknown location. At first, several orb-like objects go speeding by the camera. And while these could easily be dismissed as insects, it's what the camera captures next that is truly strange. Several white figures begin running along the outside of the fence. Then suddenly, a few of the figures leap over the fence and land motionless on the ground. Some viewers have suggested that the strange shapes are actually deer. However, the way they land after jumping the fence seems to rule this theory out. They appear still and lifeless, almost as if they've deflated. Just when you think that the video couldn't get any weirder, a long trail of light appears at the top of the screen. This is truly one of the more bizarre videos we've ever seen. Could it be possible that the mysterious white figures are ghosts or some other type of supernatural entities? If anyone can shed any light on this video, I'd love to hear what you think in the comments section below. Twitter user Conspiration ESP uploaded this terrifying footage captured by CCTV camera. A bizarre figure has visited this residence late one night, and it has viewers seriously questioning their perception of reality. In scary recordings captured from a variety of cameras, we see a creepy person or creature running on all fours around the property. The camera never captures close-ups of the figure, but it appears to be a cross between a human and a dog. The entity moves on all fours like a canine, but when it comes closer to the camera, its body appears to be that of a human. Its skin is hairless and pale, but its head seems to be darker in colour. Because of the appearance of the creature's body, some are apt to believe that it's simply a human running naked through the night on all fours. However, the way it moves seems to rule out that possibility. The human body is built to walk upright, and no human could easily run with such speed and agility on all fours. There are other, eerier possibilities that explain these scary recordings. Perhaps this is a human, but one possessed by some sort of animalistic demon. Another possibility is that the recordings show a lesser known cryptid called the Dogman. This creature, much like a werewolf, is a cross between a human and a canine. Unlike werewolves, dogmen live permanently in their in-between state. Over the years, there have been numerous sightings of the so-called Dogman. Although witnesses have been terrified by the encounters, none have been harmed by this elusive cryptid. So whatever theory you believe, human, dogman or demon, they're all just as terrifying as each other. Love to get your thoughts on this one in the comments section below. This video, uploaded to Reddit by user LazyRayScallion, is some truly freaky footage. Depicting an empty conference room late at night, the room is nearly completely empty. That is, except for one apparently dedicated presence committed to showing up in spite of it being after hours. The angle at which the camera is positioned allows viewers to see a lone shadowy figure appear in one of the doorways. The humanoid shadow figure deliberately makes its way from one end of the room to the other, disappearing when it reaches the door on the opposite end. Making its way round Reddit, the footage has since gained some serious attention on the site, with even professedly skeptical users concerned at not being able to debunk the footage. What can at times be explained away as a camera malfunction seems not to be occurring here. Rather, we're left with a puzzling piece of footage that has left most viewers unsettled, unable to explain the figure's presence. YouTuber Aloha Treasures wasn't expecting to capture any ghost videos when she set up security cameras around her home. Unfortunately, a bizarre shadow has her questioning how safe her home really is, sending her to the internet for answers. The YouTuber has multiple CCTV cameras set up inside and outside her home. When watching the footage of her living room one day, she noticed something odd, a human-shaped shadow peeking in through the doorway. The shadow pops in a few times, standing out in stark contrast to the white door, before fading away. No trace of a person casting the shadow ever appears. On the first two appearances, the shadow is indistinct. It appears to be human in shape, but it's hard to make out a defined silhouette. On its final appearance, the shadow becomes more defined, and seems to raise its arm to point at something toward the ceiling. After that, it fades away for good.
You better go. Don't you ever come back?
In the video, the homeowner doesn't seem sure whether she's looking at a ghost or the shadow of a real person. However, none of the other cameras provide any evidence of an intruder entering or exiting the home. If a person had broken into the house, it would have been difficult to evade all of the camera feeds. This has led the homeowner to believe that she is in fact dealing with a spiritual entity.
You better go. Don't you ever come back?
In this piece of creepy footage, two men are sleeping. They seem somewhat restless and are shifting their arms and legs around. Since sleep is a time for the brain to relax, some experts have suggested that humans may be able to sense paranormal activity more easily in this state. 50 seconds into the recording, the dorm room door opens up. It appears to open on its own because there's no one there. 20 seconds later, something barely visible enters the room. Viewers may notice a slight shift in the image. After a few more seconds pass, the legs of the man who is closest to the camera start to lift. The initial lift doesn't wake him up. He starts to stir awake as he's yanked toward the end of the bed, with his legs being pulled up into the dorm room's ceiling. As his legs are being lifted high enough for him to almost be in a headstand, the man realizes that he's being hoisted up and starts to fight whatever it is that's pulling him along. The spirit almost succeeds in pulling him entirely off the bed, but at the last moment, it releases him. The boy sits up and looks towards the open door. He seems confused as he searches for whatever it was that lifted him up. He then gets up and walks out into the hallway, likely searching for a human culprit. However, it seems it was something more sinister that disturbed his rest. This unsettling video was posted to the New South Wales Australia Police Force's Facebook page in April 2018. After discovering that a garage door at the station had been opened, police reviewed the CCTV footage to see what had happened. To their surprise, the video shows the garage door opening all by itself. When the door is about halfway up, a broom is pushed out. It stays upright, leaning against the wall for a few seconds before falling to the ground. If you watch the footage in slow motion, you can see that the broom is not being held by anyone as it comes out. It actually appears to hover above the ground for a moment before coming to rest against the wall. Because the footage is taken directly from the CCTV of a police station, many believe it to be genuine evidence of the supernatural. What do you think? Is this really the work of a ghost, or could there be another explanation? This eerie piece of footage was uploaded to YouTube by Compo back in May of 2014. The CCTV camera shows a parking lot in an unknown location. Before long, a car is seen exiting the car park. Watch what happens. As you can see, some kind of dark figure appears to pass right through the car. The vehicle slams on its brakes and the driver hops out to investigate. They look around, but there's no one there. They even inspect the car for damage, but find nothing. A second passenger exits the vehicle and begins searching as well. As this happens, the driver seems to pick up something off the road. It's hard to tell what it is, but the driver discards it back onto the pavement. They enter the car and drive away. So what did we just witness? The driver and passenger clearly saw the same black figure we did, but what is it? Some have called it a shadow person, a paranormal entity that is famous for lurking in people's periphery. However, it's rare to see one so clearly on camera. As always, love to get your thoughts on this one in the comments section below. When Redditor Londo Lance set up a CCTV security camera outside their house, they weren't really expecting to capture any paranormal activity. When something strange popped up in the footage late one night, they were at a loss to explain it. The video clip shows a deck in the backyard of the house and was filmed sometime between 2 and 4 in the morning. The camera only switches on when it detects motion. After a few seconds, it becomes clear what triggered the camera: a strange figure lurking on the deck. Because of its distance from the camera, it's hard to make out exactly what the figure looks like. Some viewers have suggested a small girl in a fairy dress floating above the ground, or perhaps an arm holding some sort of bag. Whatever the entity is, it only lingers for a few seconds before hastily moving into the house. According to the Redditor, the spot where the figure disappears is a sliding glass door leading to the kitchen. They insist that the door's never left open at night, so for the figure to move the way it does, it would have to have moved straight through a glass door. Some viewers have suggested that it could just be a glitch in the video, but others believe that the clip clearly depicts some sort of strange entity. Unless the figure returns to provide more video evidence, details about this bizarre paranormal activity remain a mystery. The M Vegas Styles YouTube channel posts many different types of videos, from tech help to parodies and even skits. However, they never seem to post any paranormal footage, and that's what makes this clip extra creepy. In 2016, the channel posted this video entitled "Why You Need Security Cameras." They had apparently been notified that several people had been lurking around their house, so they decided to set up a security camera to see if they could catch the culprits in action. Sure enough, the camera did show several teens in the area, however nothing ever seemed to come of it. Then, 2 years later, the same security camera captured this mysterious video, as one of the residents of the house pulled up to the garage in their car. As you can see, there's something wrong with the footage. It's all pixelated and half of the screen is green. As the car enters the garage, a figure can be seen walking along the sidewalk towards the house. The footage remains blurry as the figure passes, then, for a split second, it clears up, revealing something truly terrifying. The figure appears to be wearing a long black coat with a white collar and has a small pale head. One viewer compared the figure to that of a 17th century plague doctor. Others suggested it looked more like the Slender Man, the supernatural being thought to have originated on the Something Awful forums back in 2009. The commentator of the video mentions that the figure could have been a witch of some sort. He says that he recently replaced the camera's batteries and that he checked the footage the following day and it had returned to normal. If this was the case, could it have been the figure that caused the strange camera glitch in an attempt to hide its true identity? What do you think this security camera has captured? Is it really a witch, or is there another explanation for this mysterious figure's presence? Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments section below. According to Redditor The Bat Chick, residents of the neighbourhood in Lesness Abbey Wood in Kent, UK are no strangers to scary recordings. The neighbourhood sits near the ruins of the old Lesness Abbey. Stories surrounding the ruins say the area is haunted by the ghost of a monk who used to be a resident of the abbey. The ruins are also said to be haunted by the spirit of a young girl. It's said that her heart was buried beneath the ruins of the old abbey for reasons unknown today. Considering this eerie history of hauntings, it's unsurprising that numerous residents of the area have come forward with scary recordings of bizarre happenings around the neighbourhood. This particular video was recorded on a CCTV camera posted outside a house in the area. The video begins with a black and white shot of 2 cars parked in the driveway and a few trash bins scattered around. A few seconds into the video, one of the trash bins begins to slowly move forward in between the 2 cars. After a few slow stops and starts, the bin gains momentum and rolls out into the street. Some who have seen the video believe that it can easily be explained by gravity. The bin has wheels, so if the driveway was uneven, the bin could easily roll down. However, others have pointed out that there are only 2 wheels on the back of the bin. Trash bins are usually designed so the weight of the contents will prevent it from rolling on its own. Others have pointed out that because the bin stops and starts numerous times and ends its roll by making a sharp turn, it couldn't be moving simply because of gravity. Could one of the Abbey's mysterious ghosts be interfering with this bin? Here's some shocking footage that was uploaded to YouTube by Machiavelli Ilavacum way back in 2012. Some have called it a demon possession caught on camera. Take a look. As you can see, the man in the store begins to writhe about and shriek. This goes on for some time, alarming the other patrons. While some viewers have called this a seizure or some kind of medical episode, it's what happens at the end of the clip that makes the whole video that much more creepy. Let's take a look. A strange reflection passes on the glass of the refrigerator to the left. Then, several rolls of toilet paper inexplicably fall to the ground. It's these telling details that have driven thousands of viewers to call this a demonic possession caught on camera. But what do you think? Seizure or something far more sinister? Let me know in the comments section below. Posted by Reddit user DefenderLoha, the story behind this ghost footage, or lack thereof, is full of twists and turns. Coming home late one night, a young woman named Kimberly goes to tell her father that she's made it home safely. However, before she's able to successfully approach her father, Kimberly hears a strange noise coming from inside the house. Because of this, she decides to do a quick sweep of her own home in order to ensure there's nothing wrong. However, as she reaches the top level of her home, the home security system goes off and provides the family with an alert. As shown in the first screenshot uploaded to accompany the story, the security app sent a message to the family displaying, "Warning, an intrusion has been detected." The family moves to a safe part of the home while Kimberly's dad explores the house, seeing nothing off except for the wide open garage. As he checks the home, the security company calls him, to which he responds that they're not in any immediate danger. However, this is before the footage from the motion-activated security cameras is sent to him in response to the odd activity. The footage in question has not been provided to accompany the tale, but for good reason. There's nothing visible except for an odd thumbnail. What sets this story apart from a potential home invasion is the odd paranormal effects surrounding the footage. The footage captured by the camera was supposedly completely pitch black. As explained in the post, there was quite literally nothing visible in the video. However, despite nothing showing up on the video's thumbnail is prevailingly creepy. Depicting a young woman hunched over, dressed entirely different to Kimberly herself or anyone else within the home, the image is haunting enough on its own. However, when paired with the fact that it was scrubbed from the actual footage captured by the camera, the entire fiasco screams potential paranormal activity. The figure in the thumbnail looks to be bald, has a strange thin left arm, and appears to be walking with a limp. Some have even said the figure looks like they're wearing a hospital gown. In this case, the lack of footage is certainly mysterious, yet it leaves us having to trust the Reddit user and take their word that the footage came up black. However, the haunting image of the strange figure standing in the home is certainly chilling, and for now will have to remain a mystery. According to Instagrammer Terra Prime, there could be some very scary things lurking in the dark. This footage, taken from a CCTV camera, shows a dim room that looks like a large kitchen or cafeteria. At first, everything in the room seems normal. However, that quickly changes when an abrupt flash of light appears near a closed door. The flash of light briefly illuminates what appears to be a human figure. The figure is only visible for a moment before the room is once again plunged into darkness. If you watch closely over the next few seconds, the figure seems to stand and move around behind the counter on the far side of the room. In the darkness, it appears as a white mist moving and writhing above the countertop. After a few seconds, the room is suddenly lit up by light once again, this time by the room's overhead lights. Once the lights are on, we can clearly see that the area near the counter is completely vacant. Whatever the strange white shadow was, it disappeared in the instant that it took for the light to come on. Moments later, a man walks into the room completely oblivious as to what's been happening mere seconds before. It's unclear what exactly caused the strange white shadow depicted in the video, and what was the bizarre flash of light. Whatever the case may be, the suddenness in which it appeared and disappeared seems to indicate that the entity was far from human. Here's some CCTV footage taken in an unknown grocery store. It appears to have caught something truly eerie. Let's watch. The shopping trolley eerily wheels across the room. At first, it's easy to think that someone's just pushed it off camera. But it's when it turns and wheels up a ramp all on its own that things get even weirder. Some viewers think it's a hoax perpetrated by some string-pulling bandits off camera. While this is possible, it'd be very hard to pull off, particularly when the cart turns and moves in another direction. This would require several pieces of string jutting out in different directions. This is why many believe that a poltergeist is to blame for the movement. Poltergeists are powerful spirits said to possess the ability to interact with physical objects. But what do you think? Stringy bandits or poltergeist antics? Let me know in the comments section below. This is some CCTV footage taken back in October of 2013 at Jimmy's World Grill and Bar. It shows a woman finishing a meal then getting up to pay. Once she leaves, something weird happens at her table. Take a look. First, the chair moves, seemingly all on its own. Then the menu slides by itself. A napkin flings off the table. Then finally, the plate flies violently off the table. If you watch closely, several patrons seem to notice the commotion. Is this genuine poltergeist activity caught on CCTV? Or is it all just a bit of camera trickery designed to drum up publicity? I'll leave that up to you to decide. There's very little information available on this video. However, it appears that it could have been taken from a warehouse security camera. The clip begins as a man is seen carrying a ladder past the camera. He returns a short time later with a trolley and opens the sliding doors to the warehouse. He enters and soon emerges with something on top of the trolley. The man then attempts to close the warehouse doors. However, he's unable to shut them completely. After several more unsuccessful attempts, the man decides to leave the doors ajar and pulls his trolley away. Suddenly, a passing car's headlights shine across the warehouse doors, revealing for a split second that there's actually something stuck between them. At first, it appears to be a lifeless human, stooped over and wedged in place. However, if you slow the footage down, you can see that the figure is actually transparent and is only visible in the car's headlights. What do you think the mysterious figure could be? Is it the ghost of someone who was crushed between the heavy warehouse doors? Or is there another explanation for this creepy video? In 2014, this creepy footage was captured at the police station in Espanola, New Mexico. While Detective Carl Romero was checking the surveillance cameras, he noticed a ghost-like figure moving around the station. The figure even appeared to walk straight through several locked gates without tripping the alarm. When the detective was asked about the incident, he said, "At first I thought it was a fly or a moth, then I saw the legs and it was a human, but not a real human, no, a ghost." It's not the first time strange things have been reported around the station. Several officers said they've had the feeling of someone or something breathing down their necks while working in the briefing room. while others have reported hearing strange noises in the middle of the night. Even though the quality of the footage is poor, you can definitely make out a human-like shape passing through the gate then making its way across the parking lot. The fact too that the footage was captured at a police station makes it unlikely that it's been edited in any way. Have the security cameras at the Espanola police station actually captured proof of a ghost? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. As one starts watching this creepy footage, it's tough to decide where to look. The warehouse is cluttered with boxes, but when a strange figure pops its head out from behind the shelf, it's impossible to miss. It shows up about 12 seconds into the footage. The figure seems to have a white face and it looks like it's floating. The spooky image moves its torso from out behind the shelf for a second or two before zipping away. The figure is visible in the gap between the black shelves, so viewers will be able to see it moving. When it does dash away, it's impossible to tell where it goes, or how it entered the space initially. So what is it up to? Perhaps the ghostly figure is a former worker who still thinks he needs to complete inventory. Some viewers have even suggested that the figure looks like an alien grey. If so, why would it be lurking in this random warehouse? CCTV security cameras have recently become one of the best ways to capture scary videos. Redditor This Chris Special found this out when watching some footage taken from an outdoor security camera, which shows something highly unusual. The bizarre video begins in a pretty ordinary way. We see a man in a hat standing near a metal gate blocking off part of the roadway. He has a pile of luggage at his feet as if waiting for someone. There are trees all around, but there's nothing natural about what happens next. As the man remains completely still, a black orb begins to move horizontally across the center of the screen. The round object suddenly appears near the middle of the shot. It floats just above one of the metal gates, blocking off the road in an almost straight line until disappearing off screen. It's worth noting that nothing else moves while the black object makes its way across the screen. Although this particular orb is not the same colour as typical round ghostly apparitions, many who have viewed the video are still convinced it's most likely a spirit. Others theorise that it could be some sort of small UFO. However, some viewers are convinced that the video was faked, pointing to the complete lack of movement in the background throughout the footage. So could this video be a hoax, or did something paranormal cause a glitch in the film? In 2016, this unsettling image was captured on a motion sensor camera on a rural property somewhere in Virginia. It was posted to Reddit sometime later, where it quickly gained attention from supernatural enthusiasts. The poster claimed that the photo was taken on their friend's property, which has cameras set up all around the house. This was the only photo that shows the ghostly woman. She was not seen coming onto or leaving the property. The poster said that this photo was actually captured during the day. The camera normally photographs in colour, but for some strange reason this particular photo turned out an eerie shade of grey. While the figure seen in the photo certainly has a ghost-like quality to it, it's possible that the image is a result of some sort of camera malfunction. Either way, it certainly makes for a very creepy photograph. Dover Castle in Kent, England is reportedly haunted by several ghosts. Workers and security guards often report disembodied screams coming from the castle ramparts. The halls are said to be haunted by a headless drummer boy who was brutally murdered many centuries ago. Here's some footage taken in August 2009 at one of the gates to the castle. Take a look at what happens. Some kind of dark figure floats across the screen, then disappears. Moments later, a security guard rushes to the scene, but is dumbfounded by the experience.
So, what's going to take place?
He looks around for several minutes, but finds nothing. Did the guard see the same black entity that we saw on camera? Judging by his body language, it would appear so. This next video comes to us from YouTuber Raul Catwall and features footage taken from a CCTV security camera system placed outside of a hospital. The video shows the outside of the hospital with a sitting area where patients can relax during the day. Although no one's nearby, a wheelchair suddenly starts to move. Initially, it has a slight backwards movement, then, after a few seconds, it begins to roll forward. Just when you think the wind might be responsible, the wheelchair changes direction on its own and starts moving towards the walkway. It wheels itself down the pathway, even adjusting course when it starts to veer into the grass. The front desk attendant comes out to watch, confused by the situation. There's no clear explanation for the runaway wheelchair, but perhaps the spirit of a former patient is to blame, one that decided it was finally time to make an escape from the hospital where they lived out their final days. In mid-2013, this bizarre footage was captured by security cameras in Bogota, Colombia. 3 separate CCTV cameras spotted a woman who appears to be dressed in an old maid's outfit wandering down the street. Experts claim that the outfit the woman is wearing was a popular style in the area more than 100 years ago. She walks a few steps, pauses, then walks another few steps and pauses again. Each of the 3 cameras capture her bizarre walking pattern. It's what happens when she reaches the end of the road, however, that will give you chills. 2 of the 3 security cameras capture the woman disappearing into thin air. A local news station in Bogota investigated the area where the footage was taken and even invited a priest to comment on the incident. They found no plausible reason for the disappearance of the woman. Since the footage was released, many have claimed that it has to be a ghost. Others have even gone as far as to say that she may even be a time traveler. What do you think? Ghost, time traveler, or something else entirely? Some ghosts just want to have fun and tease the living. In a security video from the Bawtry Hill supermarket in Irvine, Scotland, something seems to move a crate from under a store employee as she's attempting to step up onto it to stock some shelves. Instead of her foot landing on the step, she misses it and falls against a stack of store merchandise, knocking over a few cans on the shelf. A nearby coworker witnesses the incident and continues stocking shelves. He doesn't even move in to help her. If you slow the footage down, you can see a clear gap between the employee's shoe and the crate. The crate moves before she steps onto it. According to the shop's owner, the ghost's name is Stacy, and she plays pranks on the staff when anyone annoys her. The store shared the footage on Facebook and wrote, "When Elise, our employee, annoys Stacy, our resident ghost Stacy moves the crate to teach Elise a lesson. Don't be flirting with her man in the store." The store didn't elaborate on who Elise was flirting with, but Stacy's jealousy should have anyone looking over their shoulder. The store confirmed that Elise was okay, with the only damage being a sore ego. She does appear to have been stunned in the recording, and it takes her a few minutes to get back up. Viewers might have to watch the video a few times to see Stacy move the crate, but the crate clearly moves with a ghostly push. Love to get your thoughts on this fascinating piece of footage in the comments section below. Another iteration of odd ghost footage, this security footage seems to depict a man being followed by a creepy ghost. As seen in the footage, the man walks outside from one point to another. However, immediately trailing behind him is an oddly distorted figure. The figure is just visible enough to be noticeable when picked up on the dark camera. And if you look closely, you can actually see directly through the object. It almost looks like a hunched over person. Whatever the Specter's intentions, it's clear that it's keen on following the man in question, and quite closely too. Video experts have analysed the footage and so far have come up with very little comforting conclusions. Some say it could just be an artifact pixel cluster, an occurrence that can sometimes happen with security footage. This is when old footage overlays on new footage and creates distorted figures. However, others believe that the eerie figure really is trailing behind the man. Love to get your thoughts on this one in the comments section below. Uploaded to Tommy T-Lag's YouTube channel in 2008, this creepy footage is sure to keep you awake at night. The uploader claims that their friend had been hearing strange noises in her bedroom, so she decided to set up a camera to see what was happening. This is what the camera captured. The video shows the woman lying in bed when something can be seen moving to the left of screen. Whatever it is, it appears to start tugging at the blankets. Then the thing seems to jump onto the bed. As it climbs off, the woman is seen stirring but doesn't seem to notice. Some have suggested that it might actually be the hand of something that's reaching out, almost as though it's trying to stroke the woman's hair. The uploader claims that the woman was awake the whole time and didn't feel a thing. What could this chilling creature actually be? Whatever it is, it's certainly the stuff of nightmares. Could it be an alien or some sort of ghost? Or is it an intruder eerily watching the woman as she sleeps? Love to get your opinion on this one in the comments section below.
If you want to see some more freaky security footage, then check out that link on the top there. Otherwise, there's a scary playlist right there you can binge on. Now leave us a comment down below or hit that thumbs up button. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.